When I talk about rebooting disability services, that's what I'm talking about. Systemic reform. Let me quickly detail the fundamental systemic flaw identified to me by participants. The system is too rigid. It throws up Kafkaesque barriers to access. It lacks empathy. It gouges on prices. It's way too complex, and it's traumatising for people to deal with. People with disability have often felt caught between some predatory providers and a historically impersonal government agency. We've got to improve the participant experience. If we improve participant experience, if we make people's lives easier rather than harder to deal with the NDIS, we will reduce waste, inefficiency and inflationary costs. Now, to the journalists in the room, this isn't a budget dump. I'm not about to steal the Treasurer's thunder. But what I am doing, there they go, what I am doing is outlining the 6 policy directions that we'll work on to deliver better outcome for people with disability. In the process, help secure the ongoing future of the scheme. This approach, of course, has been discussed with the board, the NDIA leadership and the review leadership. Our first systemic reform is to increase the NDIA workforce and its specialisation. To improve the participant experience, we must focus on the people they deal with in the agency and the people who support them in the community. That means lifting staff caps, returning some call centre functions in-house, getting the culture right so we can reduce the staff churn. Points emphasised by the Joint Standing Committee on the NDIS in its interim report, and it's great that the chairwoman, Libby Coker, is here today. The bottom line is that to improve outcomes, we need to nurture a better relationship between the staff of the scheme and participants. We need to have the capability and specialisation to proactively intervene to fill service gaps in areas like Indigenous communities, regional and remote and rural Australia. We've got to update our system so that people with disability only have to tell us their story once. Investing in better resources and better systems will also avoid cases where people in the same family with the same or similar disabilities receive completely different funding plans. Ultimately, greater investment in NDIA capability equates to participants being treated with understanding and humanity.